Talk to me about plosives and feedback, because that
Yeah,
sounds cool.
absolutely. So this will just be kind of a quick warning for people. This next bit of audio is going to be purposely bad. So a plosive, what that is it's a burst of air from your mouth on particularly harsh sounds. So your P's, your B's, your S's to a degree. But so I'll get real close on the mic. You can hear me if I just go. Puh, puh, puh. There's a burst of air that is going to hit the microphone capsule and distort it a little bit. And it's not a fun sound. It just sounds really, really terrible to listen to. And if you have a lot of those, that can turn someone off of a recording very quickly. So if I were to say, like Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers, right?
Yeah.
That's not going to sound very good if I'm this close to the mic and if I'm really enunciating those sounds.
Yeah, and if your listeners hear that, like during your introduction of your guest, they're gonna bounce before you even introduce the person.
100%. I think I'd have to find the exact statistic, but I think I've heard something where it's like the first 20 seconds that you have of your podcast to really get people to stay or they leave. So it might not be exactly 20, but there's a very short window of where people will, if they're new to your show and they're trying to figure out if they want to listen to it, they listen to that little bit, and that's what either makes or breaks the show for them. Now, because I've got this off to the side, when I do those plosives, most of that force is going to go straight out of my mouth. So it's going to kind of skirt around the microphone a little bit.
That's smart.
It's not going to be, like I said, it's not 100% perfect. Part of that also is the technique that you use where you just kind of have to maybe consciously try to take a little bit of the force out of those plosives. So not just being so puh, puh, puh. Got to kind of yourself try to reel it in a little bit on those sounds.
Kind of eat those things, huh? Instead of projecting them. You're not projecting. It's not a stage.
Exactly. Now, a microphone like this is going to come with a built-in windscreen, which also helps. If I were to take this little shiny metal grill off, there'd be a layer of foam on the inside. That's going to do a little bit for you, but a pop filter is another really, really good kind of piece of kit to get. And what that is, it's just a thin screen. It could be mesh, nylon, or like a little metal grill that sits in front of the microphone between your mouth and your microphone. So if you have a particularly sensitive microphone or you're particularly sensitive to creating those sounds, a pop filter is a really great piece of kit to get. You can go pretty crazy high end with them. You can also get some for like $10, $15. They're going to work pretty well.
And next time doesn't have to be next week. Life's too short, and we have way too much to talk about. Find show notes full of takeaways, lessons, and links at creatingthegreatestshow.com. For more information on launching your own podcast or working with us to produce your existing show, come on down to the big tent at ringmaster.com. Until then, friends, whatever you do, do it with all your might. Work at it, if necessary, early and late, in season and out of season, not leaving a stone unturned and never deferring for a single hour that which can be done just as well now. P.T. Barnum.